Hey friends, greetings from Israel. Here you find me in Capernaum in the White Synagogue. This White Synagogue is actually built on the foundations of the synagogue in which Jesus taught his disciples, taught the people. And so it's an amazing feeling just to be here. Britt and I, we spend this time, we develop our ministry here in Israel, training people. We have an African group behind us. It's just amazing to be here. And so these are the news of this month. We have had our first Jewish conference, the Bridge Conference, where we work on partnerships between churches in Israel and churches in different European nations. So to have exchange in training, exchange in missions, we believe that God is calling the Jewish people to come into the nations and to serve the church of the nations. So I will have with Britta tomorrow a meeting with Israel Proctor, the pastor of the second biggest church here in Israel. And we will think about how can we develop a missions organization so that Messianic Jews come over into the nations, train churches and help us to reach out, because the missions call is also for the Jewish people. We live this time on this travel here where we have another church planting training in Haifa this Shabbat coming, and we're excited about this, to be used by God to see God's church developing here in Israel. What else are the news of this month? We had an amazing time with our Crossing Waves think tank. What is Crossing Waves? Crossing Waves is the network of churches which Britta and I have launched 2.5 years ago, which is found today in over 30 nations with hundreds of churches, and we just help churches to multiply, to plant, like with African churches, Caribbean churches, European churches, churches here in Israel. And so I brought leaders together, coming together in France, just to think about how can we develop church in a better way, in a way to really give an answer to a permanent changing society. So leaders came from 9 different nations, from the US, from Canada, and 7 European nations. It was an amazing time. It was such an inspiration for Britta and me that we really think about how can we go now into this nation, helping the churches to put them in a place that they really give, that we all give the answer the society is really asking. So thank you for your prayers, thank you for your partnership. We are so excited, and see you next month. Bye bye.